Hey guys, welcome back to the Community Cares Podcast. I'm Dave. I'm the Executive Director here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, and we have a very, very special guest here today, and it is my friend and, supporter of Good Shepherd and does so much in the community. This is Mark Teachout. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Yes, Mark Teachout. I live down in Washoe Valley, and been working with Good Shepherd Clothes Closet now for about 3 years, maybe.
Oh yeah,
something like that. And always have been working closely with nonprofits that help the community, and also supporting many missionaries that are working around the world.
Yeah.
To spread the good news of Jesus Christ. So that's one of the reasons why I'm here today, Dave.
Awesome. Chaz is not here today. He had a family thing that he needed to take care of. So, Chaz, we hope everything is well. And Chaplain Chaz, and we appreciate you and wish the best for the situation. And yeah, we're really excited that you're here and to be here and to have this conversation. So, what are you representing today?
Well, Dave, I'm an ambassador for a concept called Business for Transformation.
Okay.
And that is a fairly new concept that is helping cross-cultural workers.
Wow.
That are in other hard-to-reach people groups, and where they can take a role in the community where they serve. And it gives them an opportunity to mentor and train the employees that they have, because a lot of these hard-to-reach communities now, they're not allowing just straight missionary visas.
Okay.
They simply will not allow that. And so they've had to become very creative in how can they have a visa and stay and do the work that they want to do, but be also legitimate in the country under what we would call a business visa. So what is happening, and I got involved in this about 13 years ago, and what's happened is that the couple that I work with closely over in Southeast Asia, they started a business, and this business is one that is extremely important, and it's needed desperately in the area in which they're working. They started a business of sealing roofs and sealing the inside of homes. Over in Southeast Asia, and you can imagine, the temperatures often during the summer reach 120, 130 degrees.
Wow.
And if you're up on a metal roof, and that's baking a metal roof, underneath that metal roof, it really gets hot.
Right.
So what they do is they go in and they help prep the roofs, and then they will apply this sealer that does two things. One is it stops the rust, because with the humidity that's over in these countries, rust and mold is a prevalent problem.
Really? Okay.
So when they put the sealant on it and they coat it, it stops the rusting process, stops the mold process, and underneath the roof, where they're after they've applied this sealant, it lowers the temperature underneath it somewhere between 10 and 15 degrees. So which is a significant decrease, so that the workers that are working inside these buildings will be much more comfortable.
Wow.
So the employers have a win-win situation. Their building will last longer and be certainly a lot healthier for the workers, and the workers will be in an environment that's much cooler, especially during the hot months.
Wow. That's interesting. So it sounds like it is maybe countries that have not great economies and stuff like that. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
For example, if you were to go to India, they have, even though the caste system has been outlawed, they still have the caste system. and the society there treats people dependent upon where they are in this caste.
Oh, okay.
And the people that are involved in the business for transformation have an opportunity to go there and work with the people in the lowest caste who have a very difficult time finding work. So they are able to have a legitimate business. They can train these people and employ them. And it's amazing how little they need to get paid in order to have at least some type of a substantial living, so that they can afford food and shelter and clothing.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, no, that is pretty intense. That a pretty intense concept that you guys are taking care of really the least of these in these situations, and really helping build people up too, right? So
yeah, it's really about developing the relationships. And by developing these relationships, they can begin mentoring these people.
Okay.
They can encourage the employees. They can lift them up out of an extreme poverty situation.
Wow.
And they can love on them and show them the love of Jesus while they're doing that.
Wow.
And because when you employ someone and someone is employed, they feel better about themselves and their self-worth increases, and they do that.
Man, I should get a job. That might be a good idea.
Yeah, it'd probably be good if you did get a job. I'm hoping. I keep praying for you, Dave, that someday.
Someday, you never know. Right? I know. Well, we'll get there eventually. So that, I mean, that idea, that concept is pretty inspiring, to be able to lift people up like that. Before we go much further, I did want to shout out our sponsors. So our sponsors are Shelley's Hardware. Shelley's Hardware, thank you so much for your support of Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet and the Community Cares podcast. If you're really looking for that leaf blower now that all those leaves are off the trees, or all sorts of things, you actually won something from Shelley's Hardware in one of the silent auctions at one of our fundraisers, right?
Yes, I did. I won a weed whacker, and that works just marvelously.
It whacks weeds?
Yeah, it whacks the weeds, all right.
That's
Gets rid
good.
of them. And nice concept, Dave. And also has a blower so that I can blow all of those weeds out of the way
It has
once
both?
I'm done. Yeah, it has both. I was able to win both of them. And
That's
so
awesome.
I am very grateful for Shelley Hardware supporting the ministry and providing that.
Yeah, no, they're a great sponsor. They provided that. They donated that for that fundraiser. But they are our regular sponsor, and they actually cut us a check every month because they believe in our cause. They believe in us helping people in need. So thank you, Shelley's Hardware over there. You guys are awesome. Down to the last bolts to a big weed whacker. So the next sponsor we're going to talk about is Spherion, and they are the local experts in recruitment. They understand the unique needs of the Northern Nevada job market. They connect qualified candidates with leading companies, ensuring the right fit every time. Seriously, they do a great job. I've actually had clients in here getting free clothes, and Brian from Spherion Consulting said, hey, if you run into someone that's bilingual that's looking for work, let me know. We're hiring a part-time position at one of the people that we're hiring for, right? And so it was I think it was 2 weeks ago. I hope this person reached out to them, but she said, hey, if you know of anyone that that's hiring, let me know. I'm a single mom. I can do part-time. And I'm like, you know what? I actually do. And so I was able to connect them. And that's because they have hiring practices that make things work. And not only that, I was hopefully able to help that client get employment. And she's bilingual, and I gave her the info, and it was able to hopefully connect. So it was that's pretty cool. But they do a great job. They work really hard to make sure people get into the position they need, and that the employers get the people that's right for them. And then the next the next sponsor we are going to highlight is Relentless Business Mastery. They are a Reno-based local digital marketing agency specializing in services such as local SEO and web development, pay-per-click advertising, social media management, and business consulting. And not only that, they support Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. So not only do they sponsor us, they also help with our SEO stuff behind the scenes. So they are awesome people. They help make sure that we pop up when people search free clothes in Reno and all sorts of things. So those are our sponsors. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring Communicares Podcast and Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. You guys are awesome. And the great thing about that, too, is these are all local businesses.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
All local businesses that care about the community and want to see those things happen. So jumping back in for the B4T, Business for Transformation. Discuss maybe some of what inspired you to kind of help support and become an ambassador for it.
Well, when I first learned about the Business for Transformation, I thought back on my own business because I was in business for myself for 30 years. And I hired a lot of people, and most of them were not trained in the area of the position that I needed. So I ended up needing to not train them, but also gave me an opportunity to mentor them, to encourage them. And I could watch them grow in their own self-image. I had an individual that came in that knew absolutely nothing about my business, knew nothing about the position that I was asking them to fill. And they were nervous, they were scared, they didn't know if they could do it or not. And but we worked together. We ended up working together for 7 years. And this individual just blossomed. And by the time he left to go to another opportunity, he was a totally different person. And that was very rewarding to me.
Wow.
And so when I learned about supporting this couple that are doing this Business for Transformation, it just brought all of those feelings back to me. And I said, wow. I can get after this. And that person then said, well, I've never run a business before. Will you help me? And so I said,
wow.
Well, I might have had some experience in running a business, so I think I can. So I've been helping to mentor this person, especially the last 4 years, in getting their business off the ground and making those decisions like, who do I hire? How do I market my product? How is the best way for me to go forward with these different areas? Should I be expanding into different areas, or is that not a wise decision? Just all of these questions. And what is the sales process of going out and selling this sealant so that I can then build up this business and hire more employees that need to work?
Yeah. And that's what a real good business should be doing, is trying to solve a problem, right? Mm-hmm. So that's
absolutely.
And that, I mean, not all businesses do that. There are some not great businesses out there that, take our money, even though they shouldn't. But, a good business will work on solving a problem. The most successful ones started because they had to fill a void. They had to solve a problem and meet a need. And that's what it sounds like is going on there, which is awesome.
It is, and the more I work with them, the more excited I get with working with them, because this Business for Transformation is so effective in breaking down the barriers, and it builds these relationships, and it helps to have a huge impact, and not only economically, but also environmentally. Because these people are doing things that will help the environment as well. And, of course, here's the spiritual work that is part of this whole Business for Transformation. And it becomes a holistic ministry that Business for Transformation focuses on. So the longer I work with them, the more excited I get. Almost as excited as working with you, Dave.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, watching this podcast, Mark Teachout not only has been involved with Good Shepherds in the back end, helped us with all sorts of things, paperwork, all sorts, but not only that. You're down in Carson City every Wednesday from 3 to 6, whether or not anyone shows up, which people are showing up. So we're seeing people show up at the Carson Closet, which is such a blessing. But even the days where there's one or two, or maybe none, you're still there and you're faithful and you're making that happen because you believe it's needed in that community. So thank you on behalf of Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet leadership. Thank you so much.
Well, you're certainly welcome. And in a way, Good Shepherd Clothes Closet down at this micro closet is a form of business for transformation. Because as people come in and they need clothes and we can help them and encourage them, it is potentially making a difference in their lives.
Oh, it is.
We can do that spiritually.
100%, yeah. And and I like that concept because it's similar to what we do with Good Shepherd, right? We're not helping people. We're not forcing, we're not forcing anything on them when people come into Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, but we have the opportunity to build those relationships with people. And at least in our realm, my goal is to do what Jesus called me to do, clothe the naked, and build those relationships with individuals and make them feel like they are worth more than maybe they don't feel like they're worth, right? Because they are. I believe strongly Jesus says that he loves all his children. He doesn't want anyone to go hungry. He doesn't want anyone to go without clothing. He doesn't want anyone to die on the streets because they don't have a blanket. And so it's so important what we do at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet because of that. So, but yeah, what else do you have, sir? You have a lot of notes.
More notes? I do have a lot of notes. Well, I wanted to. Some people might say, "Well, why Southeast Asia? Why China? Why can't we do that in other parts?" And I've got some statistics here. There is roughly in India 1.43 billion. That's with a B. Wow. People. And China has 1.41 billion people. And so roughly 90% of these people have no access to the gospel.
Wow.
And they are countries that really want to limit missionaries coming into their country. Mm-hmm. They are very much against it. In fact, because I read closely what's going on over in those two countries, and India actually has a law that if somebody is caught sharing the gospel of Jesus with somebody, they can be jailed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so this is why this business for transformation is a creative way of gaining access into these countries where they need to be creative yet legit. They were a legit business. It's not a front.
Right.
Let's pull the wool over the country's eyes and do it. No, these are legitimate businesses, and now going forward, this is a growing way for missionaries to be able to work in other hard-to-reach countries to reach people for the gospel.
I love it. And I mean, that's what matters. That's the core, and that's why. I mean, as a Christian, I don't go out every day thinking, how am I going to have a gospel presentation ready for that person, right? That's not how I am. I like to build those relationships. I like to be able to have those conversations with people. And I've led people to Jesus with that mentality, that mindset. Now, to say that gospel presentations doesn't work for someone, I mean, it might. It might work for someone. I've seen it work for other people. Yeah. But that's not the way I believe Jesus has taught me to evangelize. And I hate to use that word sometimes because I'm like, is it? I mean, I can't even remember a scripture where evangelize is even in a scripture.
Right. Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
So there is no scripture that says evangelize to those in need. No. It says take care of those in need, build those relationships, be with sinners, and because we're all sinners. And so be with the sinners, be in those hard to reach situations where people don't have clothes, where people don't have food, where people don't have those basic necessities, and maybe they don't know where to find them, right?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's why we have our community resource area out here. That's why we do all the events we do, all the outreach events. That's why we're wherever. That's why we do this podcast, is to reach people in need and let them know that there's more resources out there. And hopefully, someone gets what they need.
Yeah. And what we're also finding is that business people want to be able to perhaps support Business for Transformation, because as business people, they know what it's taken to start a business, create a business, run a business, and the influence they've had on people. And so now they have an opportunity, if they want to support this type of an effort going around the whole world for other people in different countries to start businesses and build them up and employ people. And it's just an exciting way of reaching these people in these hard to reach countries.
Well, and the core is about helping people. Like that's the core.
Yes.
And that speaks to me, that's for sure. Because the goal should be to help the human being, the individual. Mm-hmm. Because guess what? They matter too. I was having a conversation earlier with a volunteer. We were talking about terms that people are like, you got to say this term. You got to be PC with this term. And sometimes it matters. We want to honor and respect people. I get that. And like, I'm not going to go up to you and say, oh, your name's Tom, right? Because your name's not Tom. Your name's Mark. So there you go. But so there's a piece of that where I do want to respect people. But there's the other piece too. Do you care more about that respecting or showing honor, respect over taking care of that person, over providing the needs for that individual? Mm-hmm. Like people get so worried about, okay, well, how are people going to see Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet called Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet? I'm like, well, we're not changing the name because that's who we represent is Good Shepherd, but we don't turn anyone away. We accept everyone here. Everyone can walk through the doors and get the clothing they need. But guess what? We're going to be who we are through that regardless. Right? And so it's that conversation of, okay, why do we care about what we care about? And is it actually filling that need? Is it solving that problem for that individual? Or do I care about something that is the weeds, right? The things that really don't matter in that situation. Because the key should be, we should be helping people that need help. Period.
That's a good point, Dave. And personally, the more I am involved in an organization like Good Shepherd and spending time doing work for Good Shepherd, and also for Business for Transformation, the more I realize just how great I have it. And it helps to clarify my life. What is important? What is truly important in my life? And helping others and being able to put a smile on somebody else's face is so gratifying.
Amen.
And, the mentoring of someone who's involved in this Business for Transformation. Here I am here, and I might be working with somebody who's opening a business over in Southeast Asia, and they're asking me all these questions. And a lot of times I go, why are you asking me?
I don't know.
I don't know. But then, and so you help them, and they, they think you're, the greatest person. I'm going, no, I'm just another man who's just here and trying to help.
Right. And it's people can sniff out the agendas, right? If my goal at Good Shepherd was to give someone clothes so then I can be like, wait. Why don't you say a prayer right now to accept Jesus in your life? People would be like, that was the agenda.
Yeah.
Like what? It's not about that. It shouldn't be about that. It should be organic conversations with people that helps them. It really should be. And to have those organic conversations, and because people sniff out agendas, they really do. It's like that car salesman. You're like, oh, you flipped the deal on me. Yeah. What are you doing, bud? Like,
yeah, the old bait and switch.
Bait and switch. That's it. And it's wild that there are so many different ministries, nonprofits that will do a bait and switch. I hate to say it, but I'm going to call a spade a spade. You know, it's the reality. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. I'm like, there should not be a bait and switch. Yeah. It should be, I'm just helping you.
Yes.
I'm just helping you because I care about you, and you're a human being that matters and has value in life, right? That's what it should be about. You have value. And guess what happens when you just show that organic conversation where you show value to that person? People a lot of times will be like, why do you care about me so much? And that leads to the other conversations that you might want to have. But it's not the agenda. I'm not trying to sneak it in. There's been lots of times where I don't have those conversations with people. That's the reality. But the times I get to, because of being genuine, are things I will treasure forever. Mm-hmm. Truly.
Yeah, for 30 years, I was in business helping people, which is great, and I loved it. I don't think I ever worked a day in 30 years because I was so gratified in helping people to accomplish what they needed to accomplish. But I always got something back from it. And there came a point where I said, can I do something where I can give with no expectation of ever getting anything back? Just giving for giving's sake. And as a businessman, that was kind of an enlightening thought to say, wow, okay, you don't get much more unselfish than that.
Right.
Can I become that unselfish by helping and working with different nonprofits that can do that and get involved in things like this Business for Transformation, where I don't get paid, I don't get anything back, except the gratification of knowing that I helped somebody to develop a business where they can then impact the lives of many other people.
Absolutely. Empowering people. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. What else is going on all these notes, Mark? Come on. Let's dive in a little bit more.
Well, way if somebody's really interested, if this kind of concept really is intriguing to somebody, and they just want some more information about it, certainly I am open to some type of a discussion with that.
Okay.
And if they're really interested, I can put them in contact with the couple that I'm working with. I have to be so careful when I'm talking about this because I need to protect their identities and their self so that they don't, so that there's nothing that they get into trouble with by the countries that they're working in.
Right.
So we have to be very, very careful that way. I have an email. It's B4T, B as in boy, 4 as in number 4, T, model, @gmail.com.
Did you want to show maybe the card to the camera?
Yeah, there's the card right there.
There you go. Can you see it? I don't think
And guess who developed that card? Mr. Dave himself.
Well, I like to help. I like to help other, other people that are trying to do good.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, that's my heart.
Well, no, and I do appreciate that because I have absolutely no skill in that area. And I am not ashamed to do that. So I admire anybody that does. So what can you do? Well, you can. The main thing you can do is get involved financially.
Right.
You don't have to go on a monthly support plan. You certainly can if you want to. But if you just feel like you're being led to help with a one-time donation to help someone in this area, then certainly that would be more than welcome. And I think if you do decide that you want to go forward to that, you're going to get excited, and you'll have that fulfilled feeling that I have in working with them. So I want to make sure I got that out before anything else.
Well, that's important. Yeah, I mean, I want them to be supported.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that way they can stay in these hard to access countries, and they can afford to stay there because the support from, the traditional support of churches and going to the individuals, that support certainly still works.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work like it used to.
Yeah.
And so now they're having to get creative in the giving process as well.
They're already being creative in the the helping people aspect. So that's great that they're also being creative in that way too. So it's been a complicated year. There's been good things, there's been bad things, there's been all sorts of things happening worldwide, and so I'm sure that affects them. So definitely, if you guys are interested in supporting them, highly recommend you do so. You can contact Mark's email over there at b4 tmodel@gmail.com. That's the place to reach him, and I'm sure he'd be happy to sit down with you and have a conversation and try to understand, if you want to understand, how to make a difference in across the world. Like, what a cool thing to be able to be involved worldwide with individuals that need help.
It's amazing to me, especially in today's technology, that I can pick up the phone and I can call halfway around the world.
Yeah.
And it's like the person's just standing outside my front door and talking to me.
Right.
And so that is great in that you can get involved and people can get involved. Not only monetarily, but perhaps they want to serve in other ways too.
Maybe they want to be an ambassador.
Maybe they want to be an ambassador as well.
Yeah,
and that is great. So that
what a unique concept. Very unique. So the whole thing's very, very interesting. A different way for people to get involved and to really help people around the world. It's very cool. So thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
Certainly. Well, it's my pleasure. I don't have any problems in sharing about business for transformation or Good Shepherd Clothes Closet for that matter. So I run across people all the time. What are you doing these days? Well, let me tell you.
Let me tell you
and
what.
Then I think after a while they're going, okay, I wish I hadn't asked him that.
Like, come on, man.
2 hours later, okay, yeah, well, look at the time. Right. I got to get going here.
No, you're a great friend, and you're a mentor to me in a lot of ways, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And there have been days where I don't know what to do, and I give you a call, and you just pray for me and encourage me and help me make good decisions for Good Shepherd and all sorts of things. So publicly and from the board of directors, because you've helped also with other things as well, thank you so much.
It is nice to be used for the experiences and the knowledge that you gain. That was one of the things that when I retired 7 years ago was, I've got all this knowledge, got all these experiences. What can I do with it? Now I've gained it, but now I'm retired. I'm not in business anymore. So now what am I going to do? Well, that God has a way of opening those doors when you ask him about that, and he has. So that is it's neat to be able to use those gift and experiences. And working with you is so easy and such a pleasure.
Will you tell Chaz that, please?
I will. I say, Chaz, it's not a burden, really. It's not a burden.
Poor Chaz, he isn't even here, and I'm razzing him.
Yeah, we're throwing him under the bus good, aren't we?
Love you, buddy. I hope you're okay. I really do.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're excited for the future of Good Shepherd. We're excited for the future of B4T, Business for Transformation. Yeah, lots of things coming for us here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. If you want to find out more about Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, or you forgot the email and you want me to connect you with Mark, that's totally fine. My email is info@gsccreno.org, and we'll connect you. Our team will connect you over to Mark. Just say, hey, I didn't understand what he said. Did he say number 4? Did he say FOUR? Well, we'll get you connected. Don't worry about it. So yeah, just reach out to us. If you want to learn more about Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, visit getclothes.org. You can learn how to volunteer, how to give financially, and how to be a part of this mission. Without people, there isn't a Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet.
Absolutely.
If the community didn't back us, how they do. If one person that gives, and I've seen it, there's a person who gives $5 a month, and it's beautiful. And I know this person, and I know that's a lot for them.
Mm-hmm.
For them, on a retired, very tight budget, to give $5 a month, just because they care about this organization, matters. Up to the person that gives $500 a month, down to the person that just needs a blanket. And so we get them a blanket. So you donate a blanket. Thank you. Without humans, without the people that support this cause, we cannot help those who need it most. So thank you for helping support us, and thank you guys for helping support us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And yeah, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No.
Nope.
I think that'll do it for now.
That'll do for now. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Community Cares Podcast. We help over 800 people a month. No matter what, we're asking you to come alongside and help one. All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next week.